supports to be able to help them out. So as soon as you're in CK's clutches, you're probably dead at that point. And I think they needed a little bit more laning presence from their safe lane hero as well, right? If they didn't have that kind of setup stun, then I don't know if they have any kill potential at all in their safe lane. Like, otherwise, Clockwork just has to walk up and cog somebody, and that's not exactly a very easy thing to do.
Yeah, and for the most part, I guess it was pretty assumed that you were going to be going up against an offlane Doom, and so that's already very intimidating as it is.
Yeah. So, whose draft do you like, Tsunami?
I don't really like this Kunkka very much, to be honest. And like, for me right now, I think Underlord is the best hero in the game, and I think Kunkka is actually like a very close second, to be honest. But now I don't really see. Rum is going to be difficult to make use of because your team has worse initiation. I think Fnatic have infinitely better initiation. And like you said, because there's initiation on the side of Fnatic and there's an obscene amount of bursts, then the Rum isn't going to be that useful on the side of Clutch Gamers. And then in terms of initiation, you basically have to walk in one of your slow melee heroes. Either the Void, the Doom, or the Kunkka have to start the fight. And I don't think any of these heroes are going to get a Blink Dagger anytime soon. I'd probably Skylark will be the first, but these days we're seeing like Drum first or other utility items on the Doom before Blink Dagger, if the Blink Dagger ever even comes. So not really a fan of what this Clutch Gamers lineup have come up with.
Yeah, it tends to just be very much a go fast kind of build, right? People are getting... I've seen people get both sides of the level 10 talent, either the move speed or the heal slash damage, but yeah, it very much seems to be the solution for Doom these days. If you want to get Doom off, you just go really fast, but that's not necessarily going to be super reliable initiation against what Fnatic have. And they've always got that counter initiation as well from the Warlock, which is going to be pretty scary in this game if you're the Void or the Doom, and then they just disengage with the... or counter initiate with the Chaotic Offering.
Yeah, I think a lot is on Ajit be half utility and then also be able to build late game items, which...
Harassment getting crazy. They need to be careful. They didn't realize Abed was here up on the high ground, and it looks like Charlotte just be brought down. A couple more auto attacks. Yep, Envy with the stun. They will be able to... Wait, did they grab the bounty? Wait, who got that one?
I think it was denied by Yol.
Oh, weird. Alright, there you go. Only 3 bounty runes this time around.
Yeah, that's something actually you don't see very often if I think about it.
him down? I don't think so.
Oh, the greed! Oh. The double damage rune greed!
If he had gotten that stun off, and then and then picked up the DD.
Oh my god, this is so greedy! I can't believe he gets away with all of that.
Yeah.
Oh my, and Skylark's gonna steal his other banger.
That is space created, right there. Before. Him back into the X marks. Pilot Eye gonna do the best that he can with the upheaval. Envy turns around with the stun. Faded actually just dying to these CK illusions. He's trapped. One more crit, and now Envy should be able to keep on fighting. He's got another reality rift. He got a little bit lucky to get the bonus illusion, and now the damage is just absurd. Fnatic. All right, well, clutch.
Respect the heave.
Yeah, that 1 point in the upheaval.
I think he had the second point already, actually,
yeah, there you go.
Respect it. This is what the rotation was all about.
DJ
baiting them into a failed movement.
It's a dangerous place to be, but they've also got Envy. They've still got these illusions. I don't know if the Shrine's gonna be enough to save Skylark. Fnatic just seemed pissed. Like, I don't know. Sure, that's the lineup as well. It's designed to run at you in the early game, but they just seem so bloodthirsty. I mean, you gotta say Clutch is kind of the same thing. That Death Prophet TP down bottom was a little bit crazy, as have some of the other moves that Afromusha have made so far, but it's working well for Fnatic at least.
Yeah, because they have the experience advantage. I think if this Doom was a little bit higher level, if Warlock was a little bit lower level, it could have very well gone the other way around, but Fnatic are recognizing that they have an edge right now, and Envy's recognizing that he has an edge, going again on this Kunkka in the bot lane.
Yep, he's gonna get bonds up to these creeps. One more hit, and then they might just be able to hit the creeps to finish him off. Afromush gonna try for the TP out, but very optimistic there. Does get finished off by Pilot Eye. Mid lane, Faded trying to hold on to his tier 1. But if you're Clutch, you're just kind of sitting here twiddling your thumbs, right? I guess the next big thing that they can do is maybe try and make a Void rotation, but
it's gonna be like I was saying earlier, he's having to be the hard carry, but I think his itemization is going to kind of force him into being more utility oriented. So if he's greedy, he's going to go for the Battle Fury, but if he wants to go for like a more middle ground approach, I think Shadowblade may be the way to go.
Yeah, I've seen a decent amount of the Mask of Madness Shadowblade recently. I think that seems like fairly likely choice. There are some heroes that he can certainly solo kill with the Shadowblade this game. You can find the Lina in the right situation, Tangolier if he doesn't have any stacks up.
Yeah, and then hoping you'll get some experience on the Saint Apparition also makes it a little bit easier to hopefully get some global movement with the Ice Blast.
For now, they're just kind of sitting around. Skylark retreating pretty much completely into the jungle. They have completely sacked this bottom lane. They're going to leave Afromush down there to try and soak a little bit of experience, but that is about the extent of things. Still trying to recover from a pretty painful start, and this is an Invis Rune Lina hunting Ajit at the moment as he goes for that CS.
Waiting. Oh, Universe goes straight into the Rolling Thunder, and Ajit's like, there's no way you're just doing that just for giggles.
Yeah,
so Time walks out of it.
I don't know, they had to go right that second because the Invis Rune was about to fade, but they also needed to get the chain stun, so he kind of had to go right as the Lina was lifting her arms.
Yeah.
It was not an easy kill to grab, that's for sure. Right. Survives to farm
a little bit of time for Faded, although he did not spend extras in the meantime as an X tries to slow down Pi. This Arcane Rune's heavily contested.
Pi gets it. He's got the Chaotic Offering already, so
it's true. Potential 119 second cooldown.
Use it for farm Pi. Just do it.
Oh, and he's baiting an illusion in the bot lane, although he toggled the armlet on, and so you can tell that the armlet's not degenerating.
Not losing health.
Yeah. Maybe he just has really high HP regen.
He's microing it.
He is microing it. And Afromush is kind of scared of it. He's not walking into it.
Oh, the scan. Spot faded. Can they reality rift him? Envy is pretending to be illusions. I don't think it's working. I really don't think.
I mean, he has a clarity on his hero also.
Also, one of them doesn't have armlet on, and the other one does. So how would you do that? It's an Illusion and the Phantasm. Like,
believe in his micro.
But tier 1 tower falls. I mean, not the kill that Fnatic were hoping for, but still something. Continuing to nurse this lead, and Clutch Gamer's still not on the board at all. So things looking a little bit scary. They really need level 6 on both the AA and the Kunkka, and that is a little ways off.
Yeah, it looks like Ajit's going to be going for that Mask of Madness build, so hopefully he can give up the lane to one of these heroes, go into the jungle, get his next item, but right now both of them have to play very safe. DJ is level 6 with Hookshot.
Looking for Yo. Hook not going to connect. He does have a TP, and he's going to TP straight to the mid. A little bit of experience waiting there potentially for him. In bottom lane, they're going to pop the Exorcist. Yeah, 4 heroes down here. Good clutch.
And it looks like Fnatic kind of want to defend this. They have the Chaotic Offering that has not been popped yet, but this is
Phantasm just yet, but Envy's still pretty strong.
Right.
About who gets jumped here. Abed's still around. Very defensive.
And now they're
about to run out, and looks like Fnatic now maybe going to try and take their opportunity. Universe pops the Rolling Thunder, coming through, gets it out onto a couple. What can they actually do to him? He has been doomed up, but he's still rolling, and Faded's taking big damage. Abed from the low ground is going to get torrented up, and Ajit now jumping up in his face. He's got the Chrono, he catches it onto 2. Reality ripped from CK. Envy actually saves him, he dragged him out of the Chrono, so they still get the kill at the end. Ajit, though, forced to use the Time Walk for that. Might now be in a little bit of trouble. There's the upheaval. Skylark tries for the TP out. Nothing to cancel it. Everything from DJ was on cooldown, and Fnatic in the end actually do end up losing the Lina and only get the Kunkka in that fight, with pretty much everything being expended. Every ultimate that you can imagine. Except for the Phantasm, which just came back off cooldown.
Right. Huh. Well, okay. I guess now I know that Doom does not cancel Rolling Thunder. I wonder if Clutch Games knew that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. I assume it's a hook in, but DJ maybe biting off a little bit more than he can chew. Faded's right here. One more hit should do it. Nah, I think he's good.
Oh! Yeah, he's good.
Nah, he's good. Level 1 Ice Blast. 10% threshold. He's fine. Everybody's got a little bit more magic resist.
Oh, that's true. You're right. How much percent is it? 4.6%. That could have made a difference.
Yeah. They're like getting punched here by Pi. Did Pi go for treads this game? I've seen him, last time I saw him play Warlock, he went for treads. Maybe he'll get Arcane Boots this game, we'll see. Maybe he wants to give Abed some mana. They do actually have heroes that can use the mana this game, so would not be a bad decision. Universe jumps into some trees, TPs himself out.
Yeah, Najit's gonna be going for that blade after the Mask of Madness, which I think is the right call. Nothing too beaty, like the Battle Fury. Pure utility like a Blink Dagger, which Blink Dagger Void has kind of fallen by the wayside. It seems like Shadow Blade is just the way to go these days.
Yeah, it feels like if you're playing offlane, people are getting like Dominator, Shadow Blade, and then Ags, or Dominator, Blink, Ags. But nobody's rushing Blink anymore. I guess the time walk talent also helps out with that a little bit. You don't get it until quite a bit later, but it means that you don't always need the Blink Dagger to get those really deep initiations. But right now, Clutch just kind of trying to pick up a couple more items. The Doom still just sitting on the War Stomp. Maybe after that last fight, he's thinking about trying to find the troll creep.
Yeah. Because I mean, he has plenty of other worthwhile people to Doom. It's probably the Lina, or if you can find Warlock before Chaotic Offering goes off, then him.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even
Tango's probably low on the
before
list.
Phantasm is not.
That's true. Yeah.
Totally terrible. Actually,
speaking of CK, right now Envy has a Blink Dagger queued up of his own after completing an Echo Saber, which seems somewhat unnecessary, seeing as how... Well, actually, no, never mind. Abed has not gone for a Shadow Blade, so I guess it's okay. I guess one of your cores needs to be able to follow up on a hook shot. I would have thought it would have been Lina, but it looks like it's going to be the wow.
Gonna blade onto Aftermath. He's not even level 6 just yet. Trying to set up onto Abed. Does get him with the Torrent, but Haji getting stunned. The Chaotic Offering also getting dropped on his head. He will end up using the Chrono. He really wants this Abed kill, but I don't know if he actually has enough damage. He needs a couple more bashes. Alright, he will finally be able to get it. DJ now getting brought down. The Ice Blast was really nice from Clutch, and they also lock in Pylai Dive, bring him down. Double for Skylark. They still even have the Doom after all is said and done. That turned out to be pretty good for Clutch. They did end up losing their Death Prophet.
Pre-boat. We're still waiting for level 6 in this bot lane, but the Chronosphere came out, and all that matters is getting that final time lock right as the Chronosphere is timing out, and so a little bit more stun time on the Lina finishes him off, and Chaotic Offering just was not really able to do anything, seeing as how the CK nor the Pangolier were up in that top lane fight.
Yeah, they went for the DP mid instead. Did hold on to the tier 1. And it's pretty low at this point. It'll probably die not too long after. Still, I don't know. Feels like Fnatic somewhat in control of this game, but I do like the Clutch gamers line up as maybe we get a little bit later and they start to solve some of those, you know, to get into the point where the long cooldowns don't really matter so much, where they can actually just continue to find pickoffs with the Void and the Doom. Doom's just tanking up. This is a kind of interesting build.
Yeah, I'm glad he's going for this.
Went for the Scorch damaged heal.
And now finishing it off with the Crimson Guard. Yeah, I think this is absolutely the way to go. Because, I mean, Kunka's so far behind again, like the Rum is going to be very, very difficult to make use of, and so someone needs to be that frontliner that we always see, like your Underlords, your Tide Hunters, whatever the case it is. Someone needs to be able to soak up all that damage, and it's going to be Doom.
And someone just needs to give vision of the enemy team as well, right? You got to be giving your Void the opportunity to get in there and find his initiation, and if you don't have anybody who can stand on the front lines, then there's just no way that you're doing that.
Yeah.
I just got a Shadowblade now. Immediate smoke. They're hungry to find something.
Yeah, Chrono just came online.
They want Abed here on mid. Is he going to stick around a little bit for some more farm? He did actually. It looks like Ajit had already thought that he had completely backed off. But also maybe unwilling to dive that tower too hard. They don't know exactly where Pi is. If they have the Chaotic Offering timed down exactly, then they know that it's still on cooldown, but...
in the top lane, Skylark looking for something, but Envy blinks out with that freshly completed Blink Dagger on CK.
This Blink feels pretty standard these days, actually, on CK. I've seen a lot of CK Blink. The one really nice thing is that you can pop your Phantasm elsewhere, and then blink
and then like sneak him in with the Rift.
Yeah, so you don't have to stand there. It's not that long of a duration, but still every second counts when you're playing. Well, when you're playing Dota, when you're playing CK, especially. Fnatic, sort of fake Roche. They go into the pit, smoke up, heading out. Clutch just sitting on their shrine.
Clutch has like no vision of the map right now, so smoke or not, they're like, well, I have no idea where Fnatic is right now.
Let's throw ourselves a scouting ice blast. Nope, they're not in the pit. Where are they? I don't know. Let's just safely farm here where we've got nothing but ramps.
I mean, if nothing's pushing, it's not really that urgent. Now Abed does start pushing top, so maybe some movement perhaps? I mean, they've been chipping away at this top tier 2 for quite a while.
Yeah, it's taken them a while to get. Well, last time they came up here, the fight went not so great, so
a
little bit hesitant. Abed has gone for a Bloodstone here on his Lina, so a slightly greedier build than what we've been seeing recently. I've seen Yules, I've seen Shadowblade. I have not seen the Bloodstone first in quite some time, but I mean, this is just probably what he's used to, and still.
Yeah, I think this is his go-to. He just prefers this order, and I guess with Envy going the Blink Dagger build, like I said, someone has the potential to fall up from a Clockwork hookshot, which has not happened. We've seen like one hookshot that missed in the top tier 1 push, and I don't think I've seen a second hookshot since.
Yeah, that's been about it. I don't know if anybody is working on a 4-staff on Clutch's side.
It's Kunkka, but he's a long ways away from it.
Rough. Maybe getting pushed out a little bit. Faded is going for jumped on here. Envy gets the illusions out. He will be able to yield himself up. but he's just coming straight back down into some pain. Gets the silence off on the other side of the fight. Chaotic offering, preventing Clutch Gamers getting too much further in here. They just barely get a bit more damage out of the Rolling Thunder. Afromoosh looking pretty dead. Ice Vortex helping to open up a little bit of space, and he actually will be able to get out of there. Fnatic, no further chase, but looks like they should now be able to head their way over into the pit, claim themselves Urshan.
Well, Boat and Chrono are still up, but I guess there's a ton of minus armor between the Medallion on Pi and the Rift on CK, so this is going down way too quick.
Not really a contest. They do get the Aegis up on the Chaos Knight. Not necessarily the most amazing Aegis carrier, but definitely the best one that they have this game. Feels like if they put it on Lina, one, she's got Bloodstone, and two, if they put it on her, she's just gonna die twice. Yeah, I feel so.
Time is money.
Very sensible choice. Fnatic holding onto a 7k net worth lead, about 3k experience. Clutch still farming, but the next round of items maybe not as impactful. Maybe the Blink Dagger on the Doom is the biggest thing to look towards in terms of their ability to start off fights. Though, like we've been saying, he's kind of the one who has to be the front line and be the one scouting things out. I guess maybe the Void can get in there with the Shadow Blade, but that's kind of a scary proposition. Fnatic are popping down sentries everywhere.
Yeah, this Warlock is more farmed than most 5 positions, and so that's usually the best situation to be in against these invis pickups and whatnot, so that's why I'm glad that Skylark's also not doubling down on another Shadow Blade for the Doom. It's going to be a Blink Dagger for him.
I wonder what else they could have picked other than this Kunkka.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, yeah. I love Kunkka, but this is just not the game for him.
Yeah, it's certainly a little bit of a weird Kunkka game. He wasn't even... I think the other thing is that he felt like he couldn't really go and, like, kill the Pangolier top either. Right? Yeah. He didn't have the levels early on to the point where they could actually do anything about Universe. So his impact on the laning stage was relatively minimal. I think he's still going to be able to do stuff later on. Fnatic going to pop the Exorcism up top here. Clutch Gamer is going to state their intentions to try and take this fight. Fnatic have pretty good vision around here. Ice Blast is going to come in. Envy pops the Phantasm, jumps in. They're going to try and burst down Faded, and they should do that just fine. Universe is into the backlines with the Rolling Thunder. They also hook in with DJ, preventing Doom from doing anything useful with his abilities. He's just going to get right-click down. Envy finds a double kill. He barely manages to get that final Infernal Blade off, but Ajit, already realizing that that fight is long lost, is just going to head straight back and continue hitting some creeps. That's that Fnatic initiation that we were talking about.
Yeah, the severe lack of Clutch Gamers initiation. Dude was standing up. Yol gets stunned, gets...
Evade, evade.
Are you kidding me? Okay. Oh wow, and a Blink Dagger follow from Abed. That is something I do not see frequently.
Ajit was hoping for that. He wanted that kill, but by a little bit too cakey, and doesn't want to use the Chronosphere just for Warlock at this stage. Spot Abed here. Oh, Abed with the blink away.
Now that's why you get that pickup. Yeah. Shadow Blade wouldn't have gotten you out of that.
That was. I don't know, to me, that was
about to be like, well, you didn't spend all your cooldowns.
Yeah. They at least still had something, but they still have Doom. But
they still have Doom.
Whoop. Doom, are you tanky enough? 2.4k health, but there is a lot of minus armor. Alright, Envy's not going to do anything else.
Yeah, so in that tier 1 siege, Skylark was standing like way far back. Everyone was. I'm okay with that.
Envy's here. Rest of the team's coming soon. The views to both.
He's got Aegis.
I've been trying for a random stun. Yeah, he does have the Aegis. Going to keep him locked in there with the X marks the spot. He just jumps onto the Kunkka. They won't him back into the Ice Blast. That would be the end of this. Ajit jumping down onto the low ground. Needs to be careful about those stuns. Let's get the time dilation off. Alright, they're playing with fire a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, Phantasm's down for 30 seconds, but I guess they really like the fact that Chrono was spent and they want to rub it in.
Yeah. Envy's got enough gold for his... He's queued up a BKB at the moment. Could grab that. I think it's probably worth it for Fnatic to wait for some items. They got a lot of people sitting on sizable pile of net worth.
Chrono's still down for 40.
Yeah,
they see high.
They're just kind of getting pinged on their
very
side of the
unpleasant to be leading the charge as a void a lot of the time. Well, namely like a one-position void, because you also don't really have that much damage to put in the chrono. You don't have any real consistent ranged heroes like a Razor. You have Death Prophet, which is your best bet, but she's kind of unreliable with Exorcism. Aside from that, like, Doom can't really do anything. He has to walk around the bubble. You can put a boat into it, but Aframoosh isn't really getting the opportunities, and Ice Blast was the main reason why they picked this combination, but it hasn't really proven to be that fruitful.
Yeah, I think a lot of why they picked the Void as well is they were planning on, okay, you just find Lina in every fight and you just solo Void, but it hasn't really worked out. And that's the other really nice thing about this build from Abed is, even if he's not using the Blink to like dodge a big chrono or anything like that, he can just start the fight 2k range away, and then just wait and wait and wait, and as soon as he sees something useful that he can do, then he can jump forward and do his thing. There's no real way that they're ever going to be able to find him, it feels like.
Dire's middle tower is
Fnatic are just chilling outside the base. They want somebody to come and farm up top, and it might be Ajit who's in some trouble. He's having second thoughts. He's like, what is going on here? Yeah, they have quite a lot of wards on the map, and none of them see anything. So he's so suspicious. Like,
yeah, the Dire jungle has been heavily contested. You can see how many goddamn sentry wards there are all over. They're just littering.
Yeah, I like this. They put the X on Faded, they send him forward, and then he clears out the wave. They've got that lifeline to drag him back. He is going for an Aeon Disc. We've been seeing a decent amount more of this item recently. I feel like people have... It got buffed as well, of course, but people have been favoring it a little bit more, and certainly good for Death Prophet in this situation. You get Reality Rifted by the CK, and maybe you have some kind of a chance.
Yeah, DP is one of the few heroes that I'm okay with it not being picked up after like 40 minutes. 40 minutes is when like everyone becomes a viable candidate for Aeon Disc, but like pre-40, I think Death Prophet's one of the few heroes that have put high on the list.
See Abid, they're gonna go over under the CK to catch him. He's actually gonna be locked down here, and the Ice Flash flies in. I don't even know if they need to use the Chrono for this. Looks like they shouldn't have to. They're gonna leave him for dead. Ajit still has the Chrono. This is good for Clutch. They do need to be a little bit careful. They don't quite know if Envy has a buyback. They may have seen the BKB in his inventory, so they may have an idea. And I don't know, at this point, if he was going to buy back, Fnatic would probably be posturing a little bit more aggressive. But they also used the Chaotic Offering to try and counter-initiate.
And they kill it.
Couldn't save him.
And exorcisms up, and Ajit sees DJ, bashes him.
I bet still just sitting down on the low ground. They're going to pop the Exorcism here. Quash unsilenced is going to be able to get himself out with the hookshot, but that means that their catch is now reduced by a little bit. They do have the Rolling Thunder back off cooldown. Skylark looking for a Blink War Stomp potentially. That's all the mana he's got left. Does have a Soul Ring to be able to pop. But not the most fruitful Exorcism, and now Fnatic might be able to give chase as that's actually going to end up running out. They just have to find something. Envy ready to start TPing, gonna go for the tier 2.
And if hookshot was up, it would have been perfect, but DJ needed to save himself.
Fnatic, unfortunately. They can still probably do something here, though. Right? There's Doom's down, Exorcism down. There is still Chrono, so Clutch might put up a little bit of a fight, but they're gonna have to be really careful about the positioning of that Chrono and which targets they're willing to take.
That was hot.
Courier getting spotted. And spotted again. Or Shagbark just wants to...
He wants to get this Aeon Disc out of the way.
Yeah.
Skylark's gonna be going for Shivas. Everybody is just like, okay, what is there an item that I can buy that prevents me from getting insta-gived by
split push towers, which only one outer tower remaining as they claim the mid tier 2. Just bought tier 2 remains.
They do have double BKB now on the Fnatic side. Envy's got his BKB, Abed now also has his complete. They've even got a double damager in here for good measure, though they're not going to use this, it looks like. Ice Blast is going to scout things out. Fnatic, I think, still okay. There's nobody anywhere nearby. They even scout the Void bottom with Rocket Flare. So they know they're fine to just finish this up.
And they may even defend bot tier 2. Yeah, Ajit's already backing off. Roche is claimed. Give the Aegis to Lina, give the cheese to the CK.
Nice little bit of play. Skylark kind of farming and scouting the shrine, seeing if anyone was going to be TPing in. Maybe they could make some kind of a play there. The Void is going for a Diffusal Blade. I guess just decent damage item, you think? I can't really think of too many more motivations.
Yeah, because I don't really feel like I like Diffusal Blade in the mid game where you're maybe getting kited whenever you're going for pickoffs or something like that. Yeah. But pretty much every I don't know how well this is for you, but anyway. Fnatic looking to siege down this tier 2. They got Lina attacking from a mile away. Doesn't even have the attack range talent just yet. And they are moving forward with the smoke, trying to make something happen. They need to be a little bit careful. Universe jumping in, harassing Yol, scouting forward with the X marks the spot. Don't know exactly what that was about, but they're just trying to... Yeah, he X'd the AA. Like, he was like sending him as a canary. He was like, go, Yol, my child, please find out what is happening on the left. I'll save you, I promise. You won't get nuked with your 884 HP.
Yeah, he's only going to get double hit by the... It's like he wants to go and... They've managed to pop that A on this Eternal Envy, gets the Phantasms out, straight back into the Reality Grip. Can they keep him alive? Ajit drops the Chronosphere, but now his Death Prophet is also trapped inside of it. TK getting right-clicked somewhat, but he's still got the Aegis. They turn around and they immediately kill off the DP. Ajit forced to retreat, like you said. They just don't have damage to put into the Chrono, and now they've managed to catch Skylark on the other side of the fight. He's just going to get right-clicked down by Abed, along with those CK illusions. Dominating streak for the Lina. And Fnatic now set their sights on the high grounds. There are buybacks.
And she does have exorcism, and Doom does have Doom.
Abed, I mean, he's in a somewhat awkward situation, but he's got BKB and he's got Aegis, so I don't think he's really all that worried at this point about them going on him. And even after that, he's got a 21 charge Bloodstone, so very fast respawn coming in for him. And Envy's going in. Nice jump away from Ajit, but the upheaval is so annoying for them at the moment. Nice Force Staff out, keeping Envy alive, getting him out of that Ice Blast. DJ with
Fnatic playing perhaps more conservative than they need to, I feel. Like, you've still got this Aegis. At the minimum, I think that... I feel like the later the game goes, like, Envy is getting close to kind of capping out. He's got Halberd, he's got BKB, he's got the Armlet. I guess the Heart is the next thing, which he does have queued up. But then after that, you know, there's not much room to grow as a CK aside from Moonshard. And then Abed, since he went for this Blink Dagger build, it's kind of occupying a slot. So he's going to have the Daedalus completed up next, and then that'll fulfill the Aegis slot. But then after that, Lina's also kind of maxing out, whereas like Kunkka, dude is still map broke. AA is still working on his 4-staff. Yeah, the Void still going towards that Manta Style, which again, I'm like the entire build between the Manta Style or Diffusal, I think both of them seems to be a suboptimal direction, because again, like they're not great. Like one is only good once you get the other, and that's a huge net worth investment to finally start dealing damage into a Chronosphere.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't. I was thinking like maybe Nullifier is okay, maybe
right,
enough attack speed to justify that. Could be okay. The only thought that I had when I saw the Diffusal,
maybe put it on your Doom.
Yeah, the only thought that I had when I saw the Diffusal is that, oh wait, hold that thought. Ogden's in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna get jumped in on here by DJ. They get the silence out. A little bit of awkward positioning. Universe still has a little bit of Rolling Thunder left, but it's not enough to stun up Aframush. And now he might get turned around on here. He's going to get X-Marked back. They've got the upheaval. It's splitting the fight. Baited. Trapped in the middle of everything. Envy now jumps in. He bursts down Aframush. Skylark, what can he actually do? He's got the Doom available, but he can't find a target. Now they've lost the Death Prophet. Ajit being chased. He's got the Chronosphere, but what's it really going to do at this stage? Abed's still hunting him. Faking out the stun. He finds him in the trees. He's locked down. The auto attacks finish him. Skylark's tanky, but it's all for naught as Fnatic now turn around onto him. And Fnatic looking like they are very comfortably going to be taking this game 3 here. They even find Y'all for good measure. He was trying to slink away, but... And it's only the 2 points that have buyback. Alright, Aframush, but let's do this. We were trying to buy 4 stabs, but now we bought back. Oh, man.
Don't think Kunkka was the pick this game.
I think another support probably would have had a slightly better impact on the early game, but Fnatic also just the overall setup and kind of a lack of initiation from Clutch. Their lineup is so bad against Burst, right? All of their heroes have spells that they absolutely must get off to be useful, and don't really have ways to keep themselves alive.
And all these heroes want the fights to last for a while. Like Doom wants the fight to last for a while. Exorcism wants the fight to last for a while. Rum is most effective with like an extended duration, and same thing with Ice Blast.
CK jumping around here out of the... Oh, they're gonna jump in, and we pops the BKB. They will use the Doom. I think he might just be able to run this one off, to be honest. Skylark is... He's trying. He's really trying, but he's a Treads Doom, so he's not very fast. And at this point, it feels like Clutch are just... We gotta do something. We gotta try and press our buttons. We're definitely losing the game at this stage. They're down.
I don't care how many mouse problems you guys have right now.
Oh, man. Good news for Clutch, as I've been saying this whole time, is that it's not even an elimination group stage. It's double elimination and it's just seeding. So the seeding is important because it's a bubble race in the next phase for the playoffs, but